Hi, my name is Julianne, and today I'm going to be discussing The Magicians season finale, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So if you don't know, there's this book series called The Magicians, and it's kind of like Harry Potter meets Narnia, but a lot darker. But they made it into a TV show, and the TV show is freaking amazing. So if you have read the books and haven't seen the show or whatever, like you gotta see the show because it's so good. I do have a video kind of talking about the first 8 episodes that aired, and at the beginning, like the first 7 minutes is me just talking about like what the books are about and kind of about the show. So if you want to watch that, I kind of just go into a lot of detail in that video, so I'll put that down below. Overall, the season was really good, and I was not expecting it to be as amazing as it was, and I highly recommend it, and you should definitely watch it. It's so good. It airs on the Sci-Fi Channel, so you might be like, oh, okay, like that might not be that good. The CGI might be terrible because, you know, like this is the same channel that puts out Sharknado and stuff like that, so it's like, it doesn't feel like it would be a show that would be that good. But then I started watching it, and it's amazing, and the CGI was beautiful, and it's just everything I could hope for, and I love it. And the show was created by two people who are actually fans of the books, so you know it's gonna be good. And Lev Grossman was consulted on the show, and as far as I know, he pretty much had final say on the show, so you know everything's been approved by him. Alright, so now I'm going to be going into the spoiler part of the video, so I'm going to be talking about just the season finale and the season as a whole. And do know that I have read all 3 books, so I will probably be referring to them. So if you haven't read the books and don't want to get spoiled on them, you should probably not even watch the spoiler review. So yeah, now I'm going to go into spoilers. So if you haven't yet watched the show or read the books, you should probably leave now. Okay, so talking about like that last episode, so much stuff happened. Okay, to start off with, that CGI at the beginning was beautiful. Just like Quentin talking about how Filori formed, and it just showed it, and like the galaxy and stuff and the magic, and I don't know, I just thought that was so cool how they like showed it forming. Like I thought it was like really beautiful. So I really liked how that episode began. I do appreciate that Doctor Who reference though. I love that Quentin was just like, you know, geeking out when he went to Filori, and he's like, oh my god, you know, like he's just like so happy that he's there, and it was so fun to watch that. Just like seeing Quentin and Julia be like really like happy in Filori, it was like, you know, it was just all magical and everything, and I thought that was cool. I just like that Quentin and Julia were like, they saw Jane, they saw her like trapped or whatever, and they're like sitting there, they're like, oh, the magician and the fool are supposed to come and this is the part and stuff, and they're like really excited because they're like part of the story now. And then they realize that they're the witch and the fool. I said magician, I think, but the witch and the fool, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's us. And Quentin's just like, who do you think I am? And I'm like, Quentin, who do you really think you are? They finally revealed that Jane was the Watcher woman, and I was really excited that they did. Like, oh, that was really exciting. I still don't believe Jane's dead. Like, I know that they might be doing something different for the show, but like, I don't know. I just don't feel like she would be dead. I feel like she's kind of like important enough to be alive, but I could be wrong. Like, it could be something different for the show, but I'm gonna still hold hope for a little bit longer. Let's see what season 2 brings. If she doesn't come back by season 2, I'm gonna assume that she's dead. I also really love the chapter titles that Quentin was doing. Actually, do you think, anyone out there watching this, do you think him writing Filori and further, like, it's like his message back to his old self, like when he first found the book? You know what I mean? Like before it was written by Jane, and it was her story about her and being the Watcher woman. But do you think that this Filori and further was actually written by him, and that was when his past self found it and then he was chasing after it? Do you think that that page that he found, that book, was the one that he's writing now, or do you think it was actually from Jane? Because I feel like for the show they might be doing it that his little thing that he's writing was kind of toward the past self that his past self found. That makes sense? Time travel just screws everything up. Okay, so like the time loops, anyone else was like who's read the books, or like, were you excited when the librarian was like talking to them and it's like, oh, Alice, Penny, Janet, and then Margot's like, no, my name's Margot, and then she's like, this time. So now I have a theory that the books was a one-time loop and then the show is a different time loop, which wouldn't make sense because the first time loop, or like the time loop in the books actually works, so I don't know why there would be another one for the show, but I don't even care. I like that headcanon of it being another time loop. What if they ended the series with everything not working out, Jane's back, and she's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do one more time loop, and it's like, for the books. I like that reference towards the books, because it was like, I see what you did there. I really love those chapter titles, though. They're so funny. It made me think of Rick Riordan chapter titles, to be honest. Like, I think, yeah, I like the one, chapter 7 one. I liked all of them, but I don't remember all of them, but I just remember liking chapter 7 one, so I wrote that one down because it was my favorite, and it was for the wedding one, and it was like, weddings are so boring, Penny would rather astrally project into a dungeon, and I just thought that was hilarious. I would just like to just say for 1 second, is this Shadowhunters? Am I watching Shadowhunters right now? Because like Elliot's getting married. What? It's like, it just made me think of Alec when he's trying to marry Lydia. When Elliot took the book and he was flipping through it and he was reading Mike's story and he's like, oh, he's a Republican. And then he burned it and they got kicked out. But I'm like the librarian, okay? Like, don't destroy books. Don't touch them. Just don't hurt the books. Oh, and I like that they gave Elliot the 2 volumes like they did in the book. That was really cool to see. But yeah, just like him getting married just doesn't make sense. Okay, out of all the changes, that's the one that doesn't make sense. Like, I know that they wanted to kind of say like, oh, he's gonna be the High King of Filori, like that makes sense, but I don't get why they had to have him get married. Can he get a divorce? He's the High King, he can do what he wants, right? Can get a divorce. Like, I know he doesn't have a love interest in the books, but he doesn't get married to a woman. Like, I don't understand this. Also, Ember and Umber are rams. So why is Ember some like half ram, half man guy? I wanted a talking ram. I really did. And they didn't do the whole Ember tomb, but they did mention Umber's dead. I'm just thinking about that 3rd book. Things happen in this series. Yeah, that whole thing with Ember. That whole scene was, it was both funny but kind of like, what is happening? But I did think the makeup design, look, costume, whatever you want to say, of Ember was actually really well done. If he was half ram, half man kind of guy with the horns and like his nose and stuff, I think that was really well like designed, like, you know, but I just wish that he was an actual talking ram. It was just kind of weird, and I don't like the way Umber was. To be honest, he made me think more of Umber. Like, when we first saw him, I'm like, this is supposed to be Umber? It just felt more like Umber. What if it was him, though? Because, what if it is? But maybe not. Probably was Umber. But he acted more like Umber, so I don't know. But what if that was secretly Umber? But what if it was? Theories. When Julia and Quentin came back from Ember, right? Yeah, they came back, and Pulver was like randomly there. I might have missed something, but where did Pulver come from? Because I swear he was just like laying in a bed and they were talking to him, and I'm like, where were you? like I don't know where he came from. Yeah, but finally we know that it wasn't Plover who's the beast, it's Martin himself. So finally we know, because the whole time they're like, oh, it's Plover. I'm like, no, it's Martin. Oh, so the rape scene happened. So yeah, I was hoping they weren't gonna do it, but I had a feeling they were, and obviously they did. And I didn't think they were gonna show it for the last episode. I honestly thought they were gonna push it for the 2nd season so people would be like, oh, what happened to Julia? But I guess having her remember, like, sparked her to want to make a deal with the Beast. Honestly though, I kind of like that they did that. Like, as yeah, I'm upset that it ended that way because I want more and I have to wait like till next year. As a reader, I was not as a reader of the books, you know, I was not expecting them to end it that way. So I thought it was a great idea to do that because like you're surprising both the people who haven't read the books and who have read the books. And honestly, I even if they don't show what happens to Penny and Elliot and Margot and Quentin and Alice, like I swear to you, if the first 5 episodes of season 2 is just showing the Beast, Julia, and Katie trying to take down the Fox God, I would be totally fine with that. Because I think that'd be so cool. Because, you know, it was just Katie herself who took down the Beast. Not the Beast. The Fox God. And so I think it's kind of would be cool if Julia and Katie and the Beast just teamed up and took down a god. Like, I don't know why. I think that'd be so cool to watch. So I would be totally fine. And we don't know what happens to the characters for like the first 5 episodes. After that, I kind of need to know. But I kind of want to see this hunt. And I was actually really excited to see Alice get turned into a Niffin. And so I don't know if they're doing that for season 2. Because, like, she only disappears for, like, an entire book and a half. So, like, maybe they didn't want her to disappear, or, like, maybe they wanted the actress to stay on for at least a little bit longer in season 2. I don't know. Maybe, like, because I feel like in the last episode, they didn't have enough time to have, like, an actual battle. Maybe they were like, we kind of want a longer fight scene, and we actually want some battle, and we don't have enough time to do that. So maybe they're like, oh, let's just push that to the second season, you know, because I don't think they're gonna defeat the Beast at the end of season 2. I feel like that's dragging it out way too long. But like within the first few episodes of season 2, I think they would, and I think that's would be totally fine. And then just maybe a couple episodes later be like, oh, Fillory is dying and we need to go get the keys and, you know, go to the end of the earth, or end of the world. Like, that would be cool. I can't wait to see them on the throne though. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see them be the kings and queens of Fillory. Oh yeah, Josh. He's in the show now. He's in the show, finally, we find him. He was kind of funny. I remember in the books, not that I didn't like him, but I wasn't like, I didn't care that much about him. Like, I almost felt like he wasn't even that important of a character. Like, I know he did stuff. Like, he was important enough that you kind of needed him in the show, but at the same time not that important that if you took him out and rearranged some stuff, you didn't really need him. But yeah, I kind of really like Josh in the show. Oh yeah, we saw the Netherlands and the library and everything, so that was kind of cool. I really liked what they did with it too. I liked all the fountains and all that stuff. That was really cool to see. I actually forgot to mention, even though the wedding scene, it was kind of sad seeing like Elliot get married, but I really loved the music. Not gonna lie, that music, I really liked it a lot. It was like, oh, I appreciated good music. Predictions for next season: they're gonna defeat the Beast, the Fox God might get killed, I don't know, might be even saved for the season 3. Katie's coming back, obviously. I'm not sure if Katie and Penny are gonna be together because Asmo and Penny in the books never got together, but I really like that Katie is Asmo. Like, when I found out, I was like, that is so cool. So I really think that's really awesome that they did that, because they're like, oh, this character is kind of somewhat important, let's give her a backstory. But yeah, I like that. I liked Penny and her Penny and Katie's relationship. Like, I kind of want that to be a thing. I don't know if it will be, because Penny just kind of stays in the Netherlands later on, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. And I really like the librarian, so I hope she comes back. She was hilarious. She was like me, like with books. She's like, don't have the books on the ground or anything. Like, I'm sure she'll hate you if you dog your books. I wonder if Penny is gonna be more like Penny in the books, or if he's gonna, because I really like Penny in the show. Like, Penny in the books, I'm just like, who cares about you? And I remember in the first book when he had a mohawk, and I'm so glad that they didn't give him a mohawk for the show, because I don't know, like, there's just something about Penny, this character Penny, who just, he's not a mohawk kind of guy. And that buzzing in the background, by the way, if you can hear that, is my phone. I Snapchatted my friend and she's Snapchatting me back. I'm excited to see this Beast and Julia alliance, and I hope all the characters are okay right now with Penny and Elliot, Margot, Quentin, Alice, I hope they're all okay and they're fine. I really need Alice to be the one who defeats the Beast, because that was who she was. Like, that was her, like, character arc. I don't know, like, that, I really think, like, her defeating the Beast kind of just, you know, like, it turned her into a Niffin, and I really think that it should happen. Like, I don't want her to become a Niffin, but, like, I feel like that needs to happen. Like, I feel like that's just what happens to her, and, like, that, I don't want it to not happen to her, because it shows, like, she was so powerful that she's the one who defeated the Beast. Oh, and I actually like that conversation where he told Alice, like, I'm not the hero. Like, I remember before he was just like, oh, I'm the hero, and it's like, oh, and then he goes up to Alice and like, you know what, I'm not the chosen one. And actually, Lev Grossman, I read some interview where he was like, Quentin is not supposed to be the chosen one. He's not even, like, really the main character. He's just kind of there. So, like, I want Alice to be that chosen one character who saves the day. So I want her to be the one to defeat the Beast, and I want her to have that, you know, active heroism type thing, you know? Because I think that's so central to her plot line. She's the one who defeats the Beast, and I want her to be the one to be the hero of that story. I'm really excited to see where season 2 goes, and I'm really glad that they got renewed for season 2, because if they didn't, I'd be so mad with the way that they ended the season. To the Magicians, like, that show is freaking amazing. All the actors are, like, so awesome, and, like, they play those characters so well, and I really, really love them all. And yeah, so good luck with season 2. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's it for this video, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!